Now we'll discuss about ideal current source. Now I'm going to draw an ideal current source circuit. Let us assume a current source here. Let it be IS, and which is connected to some load. And the load current is I, and let us assume the load voltage as V. Now the load current I in terms of source current is equals to IS for all V, means for all load voltages. So I could say that here, for example, here current is IS, means this point it is going to be IS. Here also it is going to be IS. It is, since it is an ideal current source, it is not having any parallel resistor. So whatever current we apply here, the same current is going to be, reach the point of load. So I could say that always I equal to IS irrespective of your low voltage. So I can say that in case of ideal current source, the load current, let it be I, is always equal to or is independent of, or it is independent of load voltage. The same thing with respect to graph, how we can represent in the sense. So whatever may be your load voltage, so I'm taking on x-axis the voltage. The load current I is always equals to IS. So I can say that it is a constant straight line. So I is going to be IS. Now, how a practical current source can be different from an ideal case, we will see now. Let us look at the practical current source. Let us draw the circuit for a practical current source. Let IS is the source current with internal source resistance RS. Since it is a practical case, we have a source resistance, internal resistance RS. And this is connected to a load. Let the load voltage is V and the load current is I. Now, if you look at here, the source current IS, since parallelly a source resistance RS is there, some amount of current obviously will go through source resistance RS and the remaining current will flow to the load. Now, how we can obtain the current flowing through the source resistance in the sense? By Ohm's law, we know that I is nothing but V by R. So the voltage across the source resistance RS is, since the same load voltage will appear here, it is going to appear here. Therefore, the voltage across RS is V. So by Ohm's law, I know that I is nothing but V by R. So therefore, the current flowing through RS is V by RS. So I can write this mathematically as the load current I is IS minus V by RS. So from this equation, I can understand that the load current now, in case of practical current source, it is depending on the load voltage V. So I can write a note point here. In case of practical current source, the load current depends on the load voltage. Okay, so same thing can be represented graphically. So I'm just taking x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis, we are supposed to take the load voltage because it depending on the load voltage V, and y-axis the load current. In case of ideal scenario, we know that it is a straight line because I is equals to Is. Whereas practical case, it depending on the V value. Let us suppose V is 0, therefore I equal to Is. I get Is here. If the V values keep on increasing, then the load current will get reduced. At a particular point, it will approach as 0 point. So this is about practical current source. Now we'll see dependent sources. We'll see about dependent sources. There are 4 types we discussed in dependent sources. The first category is voltage controlled voltage source. See the symbol here, we can represent it as, this is how we represent. And since it is a voltage source, it is like, battery plus minus, but the controlling parameter is again a voltage. So some constant value multiplied by controlling parameter voltage. So from this symbol, I can understand that it is a dependent voltage source, but it is depending on the parameter voltage. Similarly, if I want to represent voltage, current controlled voltage source, for example, current controlled voltage source. Here the controlling parameter is current, but it is a voltage source. So how I can represent that? It is a voltage source, so it should be represented as a battery, plus and minus, but the controlling parameter is current. So this is how we represent current controlled voltage source. Now, voltage controlled current source. Third category we'll see. The controlling parameter is voltage, but it is a current source. So we represent it as like this. For a current source, an arrow should be represented, which indicates the direction of the current. Okay. So from here, we can understand that the current direction is upward. Okay. So it is a current source. The controlling parameter here is a voltage. I can represent it as K into Vx. Another category, current control current source. So here I can represent symbol as a current source. Arrow indicates the current direction. So K into Ix. So since it is depending on the current, so we should represent Ix, where K can take any value. For example, maybe I can write here it as 2 into Vx. This may be, some 4 into Vx. It could be any value. 6 into Ix. 6 is a constant. Ix is the controlling parameter. Maybe simply 1 into Ix. 1 is a constant. It depending on the current parameter Ix.